In part 1 we discussed broken kill counts found in Series 7, the first encounter. And man, there were a lot of broken kill counts in the game. Now it's time to discuss its sequel, the second encounter. Did Crow Team learn from the mistakes? Let's find out. I highly recommend you check out part 1 first to gather a better understanding how Series 7 spawners work. Also, just like in the previous video, we will only discuss spawners found on Series difficulty. With that being said, let's go check out the first level, Sierra de Chiapas. Alright, Sierra de Chiapas, you have some competition. Hatshepsut Temple had 0 broken kills. Can you keep that tradition? Bzzzt. No, we're off to a rough start. There's 20 broken firecrackers, not even 2 minutes into the level. Both spawners spawn 10 firecrackers each, but nothing is targeting them. Ugh, what's next? Oh yeah, the Crow Team guys. Actually, these are not Crow Team guys, they are Crow Team fans. All these guys supported Crow Team one way or another. Anyway, about these big heads, there's 2 spawners for Lutrosis and one of them has no template. Alright, let's move on. There's a beheaded Bomba here that never spawns because there's no template and target for the spawner. The lake at the end has a spawner that's supposed to spawn 5 kamikazes, but it's never targeted. So yeah, the first level alone has 27 broken kills. I'm almost afraid to move on to the next levels, honestly. Okay, Valley of the Jaguar. This level is even bigger than Sierra de Chiapas and has 50% more enemies too. What kind of horrors will we discover here? Well, you'd be surprised, but there's only 1 broken kill here. This Goffy spawner right here is never targeted, so he will never appear. Huh, maybe the second encounter won't be that broken after all? We'll see. Oof, these levels keep getting bigger and bigger. This one has nearly 700 enemies. The secret yard has a spawner with no template, and there's another 2 templateless spawners in the minigun area. In the underground lava cave section there's some odd biomag major spawners. I guess if you try to speedrun this part without killing anything, it will spawn several biomag majors the moment you attempt to cross the lava. Internally these spawners are called security, so I suppose it's some kind of countermeasure to speedrunning? Now there's 1 more broken kill here. Remember those kamikazes that carry items during the big fight after grabbing the cannon? They spawn in through the rare teleporter spawner type, so it uses non-template enemies in the template room. Well, guess what? One of the kamikazes is never teleported out, so he will run against the wall for eternity. So that's 4 broken kills in this level. Not too shabby. Serpent Yards, the smallest level found in the second encounter. Unfortunately, even this one suffers from quite a lot of broken kills. First of all, there's a spawner here that's supposed to spawn 4 clear skeletons, but the spawner has no template set. Oh, and just like the previous level, there's security biomag mages here. If you run past this clear fight, biomags will spawn in front and behind you. Keep running and even more biomags will spawn at the part where the laser beams are. In the final open area of Serpent Yards there's a spawner that's supposed to spawn 5 kamikazes, but the spawner type is set to destroyable. There's 1 more broken spawn here and it has no template. No idea what it was supposed to spawn. Again, just like the City of the Gods, there's an item carrying kamikaze stuck in the template room. This one is weird, because no kamikazes appear here carrying items. Copy-paste mistake perhaps? 11 broken kills for Serpent Yards. So far the first episode of the second encounter has been a disaster in terms of functional spawners. Will the boss level redeem itself? Not really. The second room alone has a broken marsh hopper spawner. 4 frogs are supposed to spawn here after grabbing the armor shard, but the spawner has no template. Speaking of frogs, 3 of them carrying serious damage power-ups are stuck in the template room. The boss fight is worth mentioning. Every 10% health he loses it will spawn extra enemies. When he dies, all spawners will deactivate. Some of the spawners are quite slow, so chances are high that you'll kill the boss too quickly before the spawners finish spawning enemies. If you want to go for maximum kills, you must stall the boss's death. Well, the Mayan episode has been a mess so far. Up next, Babylon. Ziggurat. Well, this one is nearly as broken as Metropolis. Check this out. 14 clear skeletons here that do not spawn. 2 Gnar right here. 1 Harpy here. Rocketeer here. And another Gnar here. Pretty bad, huh? Well, guess what? There's 12 broken Harpies here too. None of these spawners are ever targeted. So that's 31 broken kills. I don't know about you, but I don't have much faith in Babylon already. Maybe the second Babylonian level isn't that bad. Let's see. There's a Nar spawner here that is never targeted. Outside the temple there's 2 Guffies with no target either. Oh look, another spawner here with no target. This time it's 9 wearables. Let's move on. Oh hey, this spawner has no target either. A Guffy we'll never get to see. And what's this on top of the secret ammo depot? Ah, a demon spawner that is never targeted. 15 broken kills. Pro team, I love you, but what the Courtyards of Gilgamesh. This is another big boy with 753 enemies. Supposedly. Well, right off the bat there's a broken reptiloid spawner with no target at the beginning. Uh-oh. Then, in the area where the floor underneath you keeps disappearing, there's a spawner that's supposed to spawn 5 Rocketeers, but they are never targeted. And that's it. Wow. Only 6 broken kills out of 753. Is Crow team getting better? So here is Tower of Babel, the boss level of episode 2. Sounds oddly familiar. Anyway, this corridor is supposed to spawn an additional 20 clear skeletons, but they're never targeted. Remember those security biomech mages from levels 3 and 4? They make a comeback in the area with the big Cucurbito wave. Run past all the chainsaw freaks and security will spawn. Another interesting spawner is this one. It's a Marshhopper spawner with no template and has a teleporter spawner type. When a teleporter type spawner has no template, it doesn't affect the kill count in any way. So, all levels in this episode have broken kills, just like episode 1. I have a bad feeling about this. Episode 3. This is where we'll find the most detailed Serious Sam levels made by Crow team. They clearly spent a lot of time on these. The question is, what about the kill counts? Well, here we go. There's a spawner on top of this bridge with no template. The entrance to the clock gears room has 2 spawners with no templates. The area where the clock is has a spawner supposed to spawn 4 unknown monsters, but there's no template. The castle entrance has yet another spawner with no templates. Man. Also, the fight where you fight the werewolves, there's 2 spawners that spawn Marshhoppers. They hold 12 Marshhoppers each, and each time they're triggered they spawn frogs in groups of 6. This one is targeted twice, so all 12 will spawn. This one, however, is only targeted once, so that's 6 frogs that will never spawn. So, that's 401 out of 415 kills you can get. Who am I kidding? Remember those weird spawners in Metropolis that added extra kills because their capacity was set to 0? Well, they also appear in the Citadel. There's 4 biomech major spawners with their count set to 0, but they still spawn biomechs. So this will add up 4 extra kills without affecting the total kill count. 405 out of 415. Good lord. Land of the Damned, please. You're one of the coolest Serious Sam levels ever made. Don't be broken. Ah, crap. Yeah, remember those kamikazes carrying cannons? There's 4 of them, right? Wrong. When they drop the cannon, only 3 of them will run towards you. Now, what in the world happened to the 4th one? It's a bit of a mapping trick. The 4 kamikazes carrying the cannon aren't real kamikazes, just models that play their walking animation. Only when the player gets close to the cannon, the models turn invisible and kamikaze spawners will make real kamikazes appear. But Crow team messed up here. One of the 4 spawners is never targeted, so that's 2 kamikazes we'll never get to see. The gates before the cave section has a demon spawner whose trigger is never targeted, and also an arachnoid juvenile spawner. There's this spawner inside the cave that's supposed to spawn something, no idea what, it's missing a template. At the frozen lake there's 2 biomech major spawners whose trigger is never targeted. You'll never have to face them, so that's 7 broken kills in total. Ah, who am I kidding? Check this out, 17 biomech major spawners inside the template room. Hell yeah, none of them are targeted, and even if they were, they would spawn in the template room. So scratch that number, it's 24 broken kills. Oh dear. The Grand Cathedral, 1095 enemies. I'm scared to tackle this one. Okay, well, there's a wearable spawner here that is never targeted. There's a static cannon that no clips into the ground as soon as the level begins. There's 8 chainsaw freaks here whose trigger is inactive. So while it is targeted, it will never trigger the spawner. There's also a random biomech major spawner inside the template room. This one of course is never targeted. And that's it! Wow, okay, that wasn't too bad. The final boss, Mordecai, spawns extra enemies, and this is where the kill count gets a bit weird. The moment Mordecai casts the summoning spell, the total kill count increments. So, for example, if he shoots 5 blue fireballs, the total kill count increments by 5. Killing the summoned minions will also count as kills, so in the end everything balances out. Right? Not always. I'll explain. Let's go through Mordecai's states. Pre-summoning state. Mordecai teleports in and waits before casting the summoning spell. Post-summoning state. Mordecai casts the summoning spell and waits before teleporting away. Death state. Mordecai dies, and so do his minions. Hear this. If you kill Mordecai during his pre-summoning state, all his minions will die and will count towards the kill count correctly. If you kill him after he summons enemies and before he teleports away, the total kill count will decrement by the amount of summoning fireballs he shot that round. But here's the catch, any monster that dies will still increment the kill count, so you will end up with extra kills. So it is possible to miss less than 11 total kills if you time it well, 5 to be exact, because Mordecai can spawn a maximum of 6 minions at once per round. Okay, we're not done yet, there's still the demo level left. This is pretty much 2 halves of the first 2 levels merged together, and you can tell it's a simple copy-paste job. The same broken spawners were carried over, so just like Sierra de Chiapas, the 20 broken firecrackers are present. They also managed to carry over the only broken spawner from Valley of the Jaguar, the Lonesome Guffy. So, 382 out of 403. Before I wrap up the video, I would like to share some quick first encounter findings I didn't cover in part 1. Turns out the 2 Moon Mountain Reptiloids that are outside the level can be killed. By using the secret armor launcher you can go out of bounds and take them out. Thanks Antersus for sharing this discovery. Some more discoveries are made in Sacred Yards. Eugene found out that you can get all kills and secrets by performing a rocket plus grenade jump here to skip the platform raising trigger. He also discovered another oddity regarding the Mosh Hopper spawners inside statues. For some reason they use copiers instead of spawners. This group of Mosh Hoppers are copied each time a statue is broken that's supposed to spawn them. This won't affect the kill count in any way, but if you no-clip to that template room and kill them, you can get 374 out of 377 kills. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any way to go out of bounds without cheats. And that's all broken kills in Series 7 the second encounter. They didn't learn from the first encounter, but then again, you need to be an absolute nerd to go for maximum kills in a Series 7 game. I would like to give one more shout out to Crow Team for fixing the first encounter's broken kills in Series 7 Revolution. I've been told that my video was used to fix those, so I'm honored. And that wraps up part 2. I hope you found this video fun and educational, and I'll see you next time.